much life as you allow yourself.
You know, at night, the bull elk come down to the river and bugle. And it drives the lady elk crazy.
They bugle.
They bugle.
I remember when you used to bugle.
Memories. It's like a movie. We can play it over and over.
Where are you? You're in an airport somewhere. You're on the move.
I'm at LAX, heading to New York, and I gotta tell you, there are posters of the Madison everywhere here.
Wow. Oh, I can see one back there. Yeah, very good.
But it's such a great show. It's a really great show. I enjoyed it very much. And I was thinking, tell me a bit more about Preston. He is a great guy, adores his kids, and has been in a loving relationship for over 40 years. Yeah.
Well, sometimes you bring the right things to a character. You bring the right baggage, as I like to say. And in this one, I've experienced a lot of that in my life, not just with my family and with Goldie, but the places that we've experienced our lives in. We have an apartment in New York and a home in Los Angeles, but I moved to Colorado when I was 26 years old because I was acting when I was 10, and I wanted to live the life that I wanted to live, or I was just going to talk about it. And I did move, and I'm really glad I did, because I've spent a great deal of my time and continue to spend a great deal of my time, and therefore the family has, in a much more rural country, if you will, environment. And in this one, the fish out of water from New York are learning a lot in a very different way about themselves, and vice versa. You're going to see some of the Montanans are getting, they're meeting some really interesting people, very tough women from New York City. So you're getting kind of both ends of it. And I just found that in terms of his ability to capture that in his writing, something that would be really fun to do.
Because we know that Taylor writes incredible characters and creates these beautiful worlds, but I was wondering, what does it have to do, what a character has to have in order for you to want to play him?
I don't know how to. I would say just in general, the fact that the writing of the script you're reading it hits you. You have a visceral reaction to it, and in my case, I've just been fortunate enough to be in a lot of different genres, play completely different people. In this, what interested me here was this is really the first time I've honestly kind of played a guy who's a lot like me. And I just thought it fit. I thought it was right for what I could bring to Michelle's character, what I could bring to the show. And I just said, yeah, there's nothing here I don't want to do. And I was glad that we were able to work the schedule out. So
Absolutely.
I brought the right things, I thought. So I felt comfortable in that,
My last question would be, why did you want to be an actor, Kurt?
My dad was an actor. He was a baseball player. He was a graduate of Dartmouth, a business grad. He was a kind of a multifaceted guy who I saw having a great life. I watched him work. I happened to go on some of his sets when I was, a little boy. Looked like he was having fun and never having a good life. And so I said, yeah, when an opportunity came about, which I won't go into, it was just an opportunity to go ahead. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? And out of that, I said, is that it? And it's a lot of fun, actually. So I just kind of followed my dad's footsteps, honestly.
And I'm glad you did. And also, happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We had a good time.
It was such a pleasure. It was such a pleasure to meet you.
All right. Nice talking with you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That's why I'm here. I make a memory a day.
We got a fish! We got a fish! Oh, we got a fish!